So you want to learn how to draw? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Robbie Greer from Rusticated-Art, and this is Fun Times Family Art, where you get to draw along with me from the comfort of your own home. Now, I've been doing a series on how to draw portraits after a request from one of my subscribers who asked me if I could show her how to draw eyes. Well, this is the second part of the series, and it's actually going to be in two parts, and it's how to draw noses. Now, the reason I made it into two parts is because it would just take too long. It'd be too long to have it on one video. So I've made two shorter ones just to make it easier for you. Now, if you are a homeschooler, or you just simply want to get back into drawing, then this is the channel for you. The only thing I ask is that you subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment. And if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments as well. Now, be sure to watch through to the end, because not only will I be showing you how to draw, just using basic shapes, but I'm also going to be giving a shout out to another very special channel. So what do you reckon? You ready to get started? Well, come on then. Alright, now today is a continuation from last week, so we're going to be doing noses, which is part of my portrait series. Now, the main thing to remember is that I try to, as much as possible, break everything down to their most basic shapes. And the noses are the same. And the first nose we're going to start with is like a Roman nose type thing. You know, that's quite a common sort of a nose, aquiline or Roman. So we start off and we're going to do the nostril. Well, it's not the nostril, it's the end of the nose, like the bulbous part. So it's not an exact circle or anything like that. And then the nostrils will go on the side, so that's, you know, another circle. Well, not a circle, but it's another shape. And don't worry about trying to get them exact at the moment. Now I've drawn some guidelines here so that we've got something to work within. And they're 6 centimeters apart. And they tend to go up there like that. Now, the side profile, we can do the same again. Let's get a little shape in there like that. Just trying to get the overall shape of it. Now, with the Roman nose, of course, the prominent feature is usually a little bump in there on the bridge of the nose. And the tip of the nose sort of, sometimes it's sort of a little bit turns up a bit, you know. So the brow is usually a little bit more prominent, a bit stronger. That's the profile of the nose, looking at it from the side. And over here, it can be a bit pointier down here. But these are really, although there are different nose types, once again, you know, all I'm doing is just doing a generic type nose. And of course, we're just trying to get, as I said before, just trying to get the shapes. And when you look at it, sometimes it's quite, we tend to sort of put in lines, you know, and there are none. Are there, you know, when you think about it. So we're going to be looking at using our blending stump. We use our blending stump to put the soft edges in. That's what we're trying to do. And as always, we sort of got to just keep practicing, keep working on them. Probably a little bit narrower, the Roman nose. Let's come down a little bit more there, I guess. Bring that nose out a little bit, that bump out a little bit. like I say, just play around with it, take your time. See, they might be a little bit dark, the lines that I'm making, but just go over them. And it just takes the edge off it, or it just lightens it up a bit, you know what I mean? Maybe that comes around a bit more, a bit rounder. A bit more like that. That look right? So now I'd just like to make a little, just some little adjustments. Yeah, it's more like it, not so round, is it? Of course, the main thing about the Roman nose, that makes it stand out from the others, is the fact that it does have that bulge on the bridge there. Just play around there. Alright, now the next nose we're going to be doing is the hook nose. So we'll just start with the profile, and the hook nose it's how do I describe? Well, it's just more where the Roman nose has got a prominent bump. The hook nose, as it says, is more rounded all the way down, and it's not so rounded here. The nostril, it's more of a an oval type shape. I'm just sort of rough sketching it, so that, because I will be rubbing bits out, so that just it's going to make it a little bit easier to get it all in place now. And then what we can do, then we come back and rub it out. If we try and do it all perfect to start with, we're not going to get it right. So I just like to get the basic shapes, once again basic shapes. So we've got a big curve on this one. I wasn't recording there. The nostril, the bulbous part of the nose, down the bottom, it tends to be more oval as opposed to round that you get with like the Roman nose. It's a narrower nose, and we can see more of the actual inner nostril. Might be a bit not quite as tight as that, but I'm probably exaggerating it a bit because just to show the differences. Yeah, there's sort of more on an angle, the nostril part of it. Something like that. Probably going to be a bit lighter down the middle of the bridge of the nose. And like I said, this is generic. Just give you the whole lot. What I'm trying to do is give you the idea of what it would basically look like. The main thing is with the hook nose, it's more like a beak. So yeah, I was saying before, we're just doing the rough outline, and then just to get the shapes right. And the main thing is that the nose comes out. That gives it the hook, obviously. Could come down a bit more, I think. More like that. Something like that. And there's your hook nose. Just forever playing around with it, changing it. And we just use the blending stump
Let's see if we just get all the different tones and everything in there like that. Clean it up a bit. There you go. But I don't want that line to be too dark, too prominent. Using my blue tack. Yeah. Could probably make that a little bit wider. Yeah. That's probably better. Even at the top, I think. You'll see these things as we go. Actually, the more I look at this, the more I just want to bring it down a bit. I think it might have been a little bit exaggerated. I don't know what's, yeah, that's probably a bit better. Yeah. There was it's still got the roundness coming around, because it is, but I just thought it might have been a little bit too, yeah, over exaggerated. But anyway, that's alright. That's closer to how I wanted it. Now the third nose is a straight nose. And when you really look at it, it's also called a Greek nose, because when you look at a lot of, if you look at old history, you know, where they, old Greek, you know, the statues and things like that, and you look at their noses and they're very straight. And I sort of just thought, well, I sort of tended to think of the Roman nose, but you know, at that time. But you don't see that, do you? When you're looking at statues and that, the noses are very straight, and this is what is called the Greek nose. So this is the profile. Once again, just using shapes. This is a bit more circular. Same as the front on. And a couple of smaller circles on the side. And the nose, not, you know, like the other noses sort of come in and around. This nose is pretty straight.
Well, I hope you found the tutorial helpful. And don't forget, if you like it, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, because if you like it, chances are they're going to like it just as much. And if you haven't yet subbed and you want to, hit that button, hit that red button, and click on all. That way you'll get notified every time a new video comes out. And it will really help me out and enable me to keep creating these videos, especially for you. Now this week's shout out goes to another special channel. It's the Old North.
Well, this is the Old North. They're an Americana band, and they play a lot of original music. It's sort of a folky Americana, and it's a mixture of jazz and bluegrass, blues. I came across them, it must be about a year ago, and I really love their style. They're just a three-piece band. Well, I know when they go in the studio and that, they have a drummer. So when you get a chance, jump on over and have a listen. It's amazing music. And one of my favourites is Starling. It gets in your head, I just can't get it out of my head at times. Well, like I said, when you get the chance, jump over and have a listen. I'm sure you're going to love it. I listen to them on my Spotify, and I got them in a playlist. So yeah, when you get the chance, jump on over, Tell them Robbie from Rusticated-Artist sent you. That's what this is all about, helping each other out.
You know, a wise man once said, in 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learnt about life. It goes on. Ain't that the truth? And if you'd like to know who that wise man was, ask me in the comments. Now, if you really would like to get back into drawing or learn to draw, then this video here is the one for you. Well, that's about it for this week. Stay safe out there, my friends, and I'll see you shortly in the video over here.